Tzadik Gimel. Kol techacha Hashem Yisborach. Nochiach Yisrael. Chol b'zonish v'baza isim v'fom b'dech b'zoyim. HaKol Tov G'doylo. There is a question which is asked by various groups that want to try to prove that Jewish people have been rejected. They bring different verses that seem to imply that Hashem doesn't want us anymore, had enough of us. Very sharp things, very, very sharp things. So Manasseh is going to explain to us what these things really mean, and he's going to prove to us that that's what they really mean. And also explain to us why we have to always be chazak no matter what. And give us another eight of how to be happy. So first thing he says, all the rebuke that Hashem gives us, and all the humiliations that he embarrasses us, sometimes very, very, very shameful, very shaming. The way Hashem speaks to us sometimes, it's all very, very much for good. In order to find good points, not so we should do true. Interesting. Sometimes we're so bad, we've done so much bad, we've fallen so far away. It's like you can't find. There's good points, but like finding them is very hard. The person is again the same problems again and again. Doesn't care enough. It's not really working the way he should be working. So what's going to be? It's hardly recognizable. The good. So much sin, so much damage he's doing and done. You don't see the good. It's very hard to see the good. How do you see the good? How can you see the good? If Hashem wants to find the good, he wants to say, oh, this good point, but this good point is there, but that good point is there. So what's going to happen? It's going to be accusers. What do you mean? Come on. Okay, yes, he has this good point, but it's about 10 million other ones like that, like thousands of times more worse. So it's not a good eight. It's not a good eight. It's not going to help to say, oh, this little good point. Yeah, but this is bad, and that's bad. That's what it's going to be. So you can't deal with that. So what happens? What's going to happen? Yeah. Hashem wants kindness anyway. So what happens? So kindness isn't good. It's not good. It's not good for just Hashem to just give us kindness. It's not good. It's good that we need to earn the kindness, and sometimes when we're not worthy, the kindness has to be found us in the right way. How is this kindness going to be found? The chafetz, the hatos, imoyim klape chesed. The alpha pichein, huroitze be'amoyim b'chafetz l'azimam klape chesed. Hashem wants his nation, wants to lean to kindness, to goodness for us. All is b'tum l'chochmas neflo, and Hashem's goodness and his wisdom. Hu ba'afim b'azir yisrael v'tachse b'yisrael. Judge us, oh, they're so bad. This is really bad. This way, that way. Most amazing, just humiliating, shaming us. That's it. They're just like the Goyim. Just like the non-Jews. They damage so much sin. What's going to be? The moment Hashem turns everything around. And okay, so like all the Goyim. They take it for this Galim and destroy. They say, then it's not so simple. Then even the accused have to admit, no. Like we're going not. So the obvious question is, who said? Why? Where do we see this? How do you see this? It should be recognizable in some manner. You can just say, oh, well, they're not like the guy, and somehow on the inside they're just not like the guy. Why not? Who said? So Maral very beautifully explains this point. He says that one time a philosopher priest asked him, he said, I don't understand. Why do you think you're the chosen people? You Jews, I don't know, you're the most cantankerous nation in the whole universe, ever, in the whole world. Every two Jews, 4 opinions. Everybody there is fighting and fighting and fighting. Maybe you were the chosen nation, but now you're chosen. What's chosen about you? So the Maral said, what do you mean? The reason why we fight, yes, they fight. That's the reason why Jews tend to fight, be argumentative, is because they're important. Someone who's a prince, try to take away something that he feels is his. Try to overstep your bound to go over onto his borders, onto what he feels is his rights. He's going to say, what do you think this is? This is you're over it's my boundary, my person, this is for me, this is not for you. This thing is, well, I have a right to, not you, and they're gonna have a fight. These are my red lines, you go over there, you're finished. And the person argumentative, a person who's important. A person who's, he knows, and he has, and he is, so then he's gonna be more argumentative than some guy, some serf. The Maral says, you're not fighting because they're down on the same level. That's why. Some guy doesn't, anyway, he feels like he's mud, so this guy steps his foot, okay? Someone feels important, steps his foot, you're in trouble. What do you mean? Why'd you step on my foot? What is this? Another guy says, what do you mean? This is mine. Are you fighting? So the priest said to him, wow, that's very brilliant reasoning. It's very imaginative, creative reasoning. But let's be honest, bottom line. Jews are more for argumentative? Yes. Why? I say because you're bad. You say because you're important, or whatever. Very, very beautiful. Who's right? Who said you're right? Let's be honest. I'm right. So I said, no. I'm right, and I'll prove that I'm right. How do I know? He said, because when a Jew is in trouble, what happens? Suddenly all the fights, they drop, and they suddenly go out trying to help their friend much more than not just why? Why? They're bad, they're argumentative, blah, blah. He said, you see that I'm right, that really, it's good. The thing is that, when the things go well for them, they don't mess with me. I know I'm important, you know you're important too, so we have problems. We have more conflicts. Some guy doesn't, I'm not important, you're not important, it doesn't matter, who cares? It's already, that's what I said. And as usual, this guy, Darius, he said, blah, 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 had nothing to say. So that's the balance. So what does Hashem do when he wants to reveal our good points? Hashem says, okay, just like the non-Jews. He said, no, not the non-Jews? No. No one will think they're like the non-Jews. Like we said at the beginning, because it's so little and people are so far away, so little good, it's just too little, it's too diminished to really, really be worthwhile, to really, really be shining. Because again, what that really means is that we as a nation, as individuals, we're not able at that point to see the good in us. We don't see that good, we don't really feel it, we don't really connect to it. So, what's going to be? We don't connect to it, so it's not really in our life, it's not really connecting right now. It's potential, it's not yet actualized in the real way. Why doesn't he care? Why isn't he happy for doing any mitzvah? Why isn't he? Because he's not connected yet. He's not really there. It's only an outer good in a certain way. It's also in there, it's also outer. It's something it's not as person as could be. And the person's in very bad places, he's very far away, he fell. So Hashem wants to reveal the good. So he says, they're just like going with very strong humiliation. And then what happens? The accusers admit it. No, don't think so. It's not true. Yeah. Why wasn't our good found? So Nosson says, if you should just throw a shosham, as I feel like the person went to his holiness, even a little smallest blemish is a very big thing. It's an awesome destruction. He has no idea what he's doing. He's about to build and build. He's just breaking. These are the furthest thing from any sin, any avera. It's the furthest thing in the world from us. It's brought many sources. The Torah talks about this. We're not talking about this idea. Also, it's from our show, from who we really are. It's nothing to do with us. It's just a burden. It's just a pain in the neck. Fine, that's a little sin. What about a big sin? It's nothing to do with who we really are. Especially so, how many more averes than mitzvah knows doing more and more. It's terrible, it's totally the opposite of who he really is. The opposite of sword. It's like when that little bit of good is not at all recognized about that point. Yeah, but frat gam it says especially this good is how much good is it, and especially since I was saying before, the mice and the person is not really connected to the good yet. He doesn't see the good. That's what the Prioritz explains. The Vitebsker, he says, why are we say, right, that Jews are compared to a rimon, even the empty ones of Jews are compared to a pomegranate that's full of seeds. They call them Poshi Yisrael. Sinners of Israel also are filled with good points like pomegranate seed. So the Vitebsker says, I don't understand. If he's full of good points like a pomegranate seed, full of seeds, why in the world is he called a Poshi Yisrael? Why is he a sinner? He's such a sinner. He's got so many good points. He said he's a sinner because he doesn't see the good. He doesn't connect to the good. He doesn't know he has a good point. He doesn't understand how precious a good point is. So then he is a sinner in that way. That's why he's able to sin. So again, a person doesn't understand he's so far away from his source, from all these bad things. He doesn't understand. He doesn't connect to who he really is. He doesn't connect to the good yet. It's hard for him. So then, it's very, the little bit of good, he's not going to do it yet. If he's connected, if he really feels it, if he really appreciates it, the Rambam says we do a mitzvah b'shleimus, especially means connected to what its really essence is, what it's about. So then it's like he did everything. He's very, very, very connected. He's very, very high. He's very uplifted. He's going to find himself doing everything, doing more and more, being more and more connected, more and more uplifted. As a Vadik Shitza, she's probably stuck at some regret, but Mishal have the Fikdush Yisrael. Shevach said there how many blemishes, and how holy they are, and how much they think they're not holy, and how far away they fall. And forget, like the Moral says, when a person has holiness, he misuses it, he can go much worse than someone who's pious. He doesn't have so much holiness, how far is he going to fall? Someone who's got a fire, you misuse fire, it's going to burn the whole place down. This guy's got a little, I don't know when he has a match. So that's a problem. The person has a raging flame, it's even worse. Full of flamethrower, right? You can cook something on it, you can make heat with it, I don't know what, you have a generator, you have to be careful, there's an explosion, it's not the same as a little flashlight. And if it goes bad, it's very bad. According to what's fitting to him for a Jew to be and what he's supposed to be right now, it means, doesn't mean what he did right now, he's supposed to connect to Hashem. Why isn't he? As with Vada, Kimat Hashem, then it seems like there's almost no hope. As if there's almost no hope, Hashem, because why is he? He's just falling and falling and falling, and totally not connected to who he really is. How do you look at the good in such a person? Hashem is filled with kindness and truth, and desires that the world should be continued. Hashem knows our Yitzhara makes life extremely hard for us. He knows. How a person is completely conquered in this world. It's so hard. Every little bit, every little thing is so difficult. So hard. Like Rav says in others, don't judge your friend until you come to his place. Most people assume that to me, unless you go through his experiences, you don't have a chance of understanding him. So until you've done that, don't go through. Don't judge him. Rav says no. It means you can never judge him because you've never had his upbringing. You couldn't have had the exact same everything. So you can't judge him. Just don't judge him. That's what the Rebbe says. That's it. Hashem knows what he says. Hashem, only Hashem is what's called Makul, because he knows every person's place and what he went through and how hard it is. Hashem understands you. No one else understands the other person. Okay, therefore, his incredibly powerful mercy, he turns it around. There's no like the natures. Oh, you like insignificant ones. Just like the non-Jews. The moment Hashem turns around, he thinks, oh, you just like the nations, but I call you to be open for everyone's no. To die in Yeshchel Rav there's a huge difference between the worst Jew and the best guy. Because inside there's something very special, very dormant sometimes, not yet on fire the way it should be, but there's something inside a Jew which is just totally special and spectacular no matter what. Well, non-Jew, it's very, very, very not simple. Then usually it has to do with environment and what he went through to get to be an exceptional person. And sometimes there are exceptional sparks that he has the ability to engage, or the ability to do special things, which is a very unusual neshama. But that's why with a Jewish neshama, that's why we find every cause and every good thing and every field is really filled with Jews totally, completely out of proportion with non-Jews. Because the exceptional Jews is like everyone is exceptional. And then if he just works, if he just wants. Non-Jews, it's not quite, it's something else entirely. So does everyone will admit that? No, sure. Yeah, it's a big difference. There's such a difference, like east to west. Totally big difference between the worst Jew and non-Jews. I love him. Find the Levush with thousands and millions of good points when you compare it to non-Jews. Even the Jews who sin are filled with mitzvahs like a pomegranate. The Meister Nachman also used this technique. Someone came to him and said, "Oh, it's so hard for me, and this isn't good." And that's when he saw he was so negative. There's no way to get him out of his depression. So Nachman said to him, okay, so then he put it like, you're right, there's really no good in you, and you're like, you need to be judged, I guess, whatever. What do you mean? What about this? What about that? Oh, you have good. That's the same idea, Kiyu. That's the same idea. Comes out that because the moment Hashem turns around and thinks you're like this, you're like that, you're like oh, you're so far away, you're so bad, and we're compared to non-Jews, so then it's no. Nobody could think they're really good. No, if you really see what's really going on, you can't compare us. That's the Baditcha, but also. Yeah, it's not Russians. Limutzchus in Israel. Where are we? Who are we? Not simple. He's talking about specifically people who are religious, especially. So that's what he's saying. He's saying a person puts on thousand tefillin, whatever he did, at least he's just putting on thousand tefillin, to Hashem. Or Anin, Yom Kippurim, where we say after Yom Kippur. And even if not Chaf Hashem, generally speaking, a person takes Nishbi, nobody doesn't know what these things are. It's not his fault. He's on a trajectory maybe to being very far, sadly. He doesn't know what these things are right now. He doesn't know what they are. He doesn't know what they mean. So again, inside there is something very, very special. What does the Nabi say? The moment, every time there's rebuke, immediately afterwards, there's a closeness. Why? We're rebuked, right? We're rejected, right? No. We're not rebuked and we're not rejected. They deep with the that, no, right away. No, it's good. No, I will not destroy them. On that day I will establish the sukkah of David which fell. The moment Hashem says, oh, like it's so bad, like non-Jews, they say, through this is revealed and is seen many, many good points. Which we have compared to the non-Jews. But there's a Mashiach, the Yakim, Esukos of the Fall. He said, because that's what he says. That's what you'll find. So whenever you find, when you find rejection, that's what we find. Even the most start, even Eicha, you have right. Maybe this hope it goes back and forth. Even Eicha, very powerful, but you still have the hope for the Chizuk Psukim even there. Powerful Chizuk Psukim. And you say, what's it doing there? Because again, this idea, even when we're in the lowest place. This really is, especially every time that's why it's not even proof. Rejection, they want to say, oh, that means something else, something new than the good psukim. But it doesn't. It's the same idea. It comes right afterwards, immediately afterwards, and that's why.
I was having a conversation with someone who was talking about it. So, like, the Lord says that there's really no such. But there's no such thing as bad in this world. Everything's really good. Meaning, everything that, even though it looks bad, it's really either Hashem trying to bring us close or wake us up or come to
Absolutely.
Fix something.
Absolutely.
So is there something like that thing was bad and now it's further good, or even though that thing is seemingly bad, it's good?
Both. That's the thing. So that's the Baal Shem Tov says. Right, it's really not Mishkamzus, really, but the Baal Shem Tov says, he says like this. He says, whenever a person has something difficult happening, it's for a good reason. But it's a hardship. It's very hard for him to really see things the way they, proper perspective. He said, but if he reveals Hashem even in the difficulties, no, but Hashem is here. It's just from my loving Father. So what happens is, he said, every experience has to have a name of God that's giving it the ability to happen. We're able to experience it because of the name of God. So that name of God, sometimes it's bad. It means it's unfortunately it's kind of trapped in this place where it's kind of that's giving the life force to this hard experience. He said, but the moment you're uplifted, he said, no, it's all from Hashem, from Father. He said, very often the life force goes up, and then the difficulty just stops. It doesn't have that shame anymore. It's a command brings to Hashem. So that's what we wanted. One of the discussions of the Torah was to be good, and then everything is better. The Nefesh Chaim also says, when a person connects to Hashem, connects to a different place, where everything is, the whole world really, like, that's what the Tanya says, Nefesh Chaim, put many places the idea, that really, everything originally was godliness. He says, still godliness the same way, we don't see it. So if we just connect to that level, we know, Vado, the Nefesh Chaim says, others from many other different schools, so there's nothing but Hashem, so that everything becomes amazing. Amazing what you can do, just so you can access this connection, this level. So you know about there's nothing, it's just Hashem. Then everything's okay. This is the same idea, because everything really is good. But we don't see how it's good. We want to get to a place where it'll be good. That's what Nachman says. He says there are different levels of rachamim. We want to get to this high level of rachamim. He said, so there's on a simple level, you say, well, this is also rachamim. It hurts and this is very hard. He said, but you see, God can do anything. So if you just ask Him the right way, He'll give you the rachamim in a different way. It doesn't have to be so painful. It can be changed around. It can be easy. You can do anything. You're not on the level right now, but if you change, you can move yourself. That's how you work. That's how it is. Hashem is also so where's the Gemara says in Erechim, what's the ultimate Yisurim? It says it says if you don't have Yisurim 40 days, you don't have any pain, you gotta worry. Oh my goodness, nothing, no pain. What's Tachas Yisurim? It says what's the how do you know the minimum? It seems to say at least. There's a person looking for a dime, he gets a quarter, and he gets the wrong coin. That's already also annoying. That's enough. It's also Yisurim. So Baal Shem said, well, you think that's like that's the Yisurim, Tachas Yisurim. So he said, you have to know that you can get to the purpose if you realize even from that Hashem's sending you a message, you need to do tshuva. He said, you don't need to have any more. He said, but if someone's foolish, so we need to send a better message. So so you have to know, the person has to connect. That's the bottom line. He said, so, yeah, so turn around, it's immediately turned around to closeness. Ki Mashiach hu mechinas atik. Mashiach is beginning atik. Beginning atik came mato. Goes into atik gaming. For who you get the Tzchos Yisrael. This beginning atik, this incredible, lofty mercy, is when a person. That's what the Rebbe said. When a person tzaddik, real tzaddik, can see the good in every person. And a person who's connected to tzaddik also can see good in any person, no matter what. The more connected he is, even the worst person, he sees even more good. You can find the good, that's what Mashiach will do. And so Kolos has to Yisrael, from all those strands of mercy and good in every Jewish. The Bechinas Chesed, Arav, the Bechinas Atik, this wondrous, abundant Chesed, which is an aspect of Atik, this very, very, very high level of Keser, the higher levels of Keser, which is the way, the pathway which we're going to go into the next world, that Rukal explains, through this conduit, through this Atik. The person has to reach this place. This is also that's what it says in the verse, call his name not my nation. That's what you have to call this child, because they're not my nation. Take your place on me. Hashem says, and a place where you tell them, you're not my nation? No, change it around. What? No. You call them Mohammed, no, they're the son, the children of the living God. Which is it? No, it's not which is it. It's to turn it around and find the good. That's what they're going to get else explain. And this God, in this manner, specifically, it's revealed the loftiness and the greatness of the Jews compared to the nations, and we have to connect to all the good that we have in ourselves. It's not good saying that someone else is bad or someone else is distant. We have to know that we have a mission, and we have a job. Our job is to do our best to fulfill our mission and to realize that that's really what we're here for. Nothing else. Nothing else matters. Everything's so fast. Everything's so quick. So quick. There's no way to stop time. Time marches on. Time flies on. As it flies so fast, you can't even remember it. You can't even notice it. It's incredible. You can notice how fast it's going. We have to just try our best to grab all Torah, Tefillah, do whatever we can, serve Hashem, and appreciate every little good point. Every little we have to appreciate it. Not to be pushing Yisrael filled with mitzvahs, and they have potential and good things. They don't see it. We have to be able to see it. Hashem is the Zocha to the aura of Chizek and Kedusha and Atik.